This is ACS Blog, and we're with Professor Suzette Malveaux, a law professor at Catholic University. We're at an ACS briefing on the Walmart v. Dukes case that the Supreme Court will hear on March 29th. Professor Malveaux has an article out today in the Harvard Law Policy and Review called Class Action at a Crossroads, an answer to Walmart v. Dukes. Could you give us a little synopsis or a takeaway point from your new article?
Sure. I think one of the things that you see in the media a lot is this idea of this 1.5 million women challenging pay and promotions against Walmart, that there's this huge class action and that gets a lot of attention. But what people aren't maybe paying attention to is some of the procedural things behind the scenes. What makes Walmart such a big case, an important case, is not so much its size, but really the impact it might have on other types of class actions, and particularly employment discrimination class actions. My article addresses one of the primary questions in front of the Supreme Court, and that's whether or not the plaintiffs in this case could get monetary relief for the discrimination that they suffered. They are challenging systemic company-wide policy, but they're also seeking monetary relief, and the court is going to be looking at whether or not that is appropriate. And that's important because employees often will seek monetary relief as well as trying to get the systemic discrimination policy to end. They also want to get back pay. They want to get monetary relief for the discrimination, wages and salary and things like that they would have gotten but for the discrimination. And so the court's going to be looking at what's the proper standard for allowing a case to go forward as a class action. And there's a real risk that that standard might go up. And if that standard goes up, it is going to make it much more difficult for employees and consumers and many people with small claims and few resources to collectively come together and challenge systemic discrimination.
So what you've just described is a very high stakes Supreme Court case in front of us.
Absolutely, absolutely, in the employment discrimination area, but in many other types of class actions.
Okay. Professor Malveaux, thanks for talking to ACS Blog, and your article will be available on the Harvard Law and Policy Review website, as well as ACS's website. So,
Great,
thank you.
Thanks.